Welcome back, class. This video will discuss the art tasks that need to be completed for lesson 1 to get started with this unit figure drawing. So for lesson 1, it says at the bottom that you're going to create a series of gesture drawings that capture the essential feeling, energy, movement, action, or pose of the subject with proper proportions. Now I know that's a lot, but basically we want to draw someone in a specific pose that shows them in a certain mood or feeling while keeping everything the proper size and place, and I will be teaching you how to do that today. You specifically are going to be creating 5 gesture drawings. Now remember, gesture drawings are quick, fast-paced drawings. They do not take a whole lot of time. Now it may take a little longer to create the understanding of how to do this in proportion and how to get the angles and positions and poses right, but essentially it is a quick method. I'm not asking you to have a finished refined drawing today. We are just getting started, and I will show you some examples now. So we have a lot to get to. I want to start with just showing you what a final example for the project would look like. So final example is someone were to decide on their gesture drawing of someone sitting and reading. This would be the refined drawing using charcoal. Here's another one of someone looking away with their back to the viewer, sitting on a stool. And here's another one, obviously, of an elderly figure sitting on a bench reading this newspaper. Each one of them giving a different feel. Each have a different action, a different pose. So you just want to make sure yours is very specific and that the mood and feeling is conveyed in your image. So this is, again, what your final image would look like. You only need to do one for your final. But for this lesson, you are going to be focusing on making 5 different gesture drawings. And if you note down here that each drawing must have a different emotion and pose, so you essentially, the first step is going to be thinking about what are my 5 emotions and poses, what are they going to be? And what I would suggest doing for picking your 5 is either taking a photo of yourself, maybe having someone else in your home take the photo of you, or you could take a photo of someone else. I would not try to find any images online. I'd rather you create these poses from home alone, well, with your phone and drawing them, and then drawing from that to create your gesture drawings. All right, so once you have your references, you've taken your photos of your poses, then you will draw each one. Each one will be on a different piece of paper as well. You're not drawing these all on the same piece of paper. So you should have 5 different pieces of paper with each one having a different gesture drawing pose, drawing from the photo that you took. So essentially at the end of the lesson you'll be submitting to me your 5 images, something like this, and then you'll send it to me. You do not need to send me your original photo. That can stay yours. I just need to see your drawings themselves. But the last step, now you know what to do, I'm going to teach you the how of how to actually draw, since this is the very beginning of the unit and it's my job to teach you how to do this. So let me just hide this image here. So I am going to be showing you how to do gesture drawing in proportion. I am also going to show you what not to do in the end before this video ends. So first let's show you the how-to, what you're expected to do. I'm just going to get this a little larger. I am drawing this on my computer. You will be using the charcoal that was provided to you from your art bag. If for whatever reason you did not pick up your art bag, please just use a regular number 2 pencil, just a regular graphite pencil. But the idea is to use the charcoal so you're given that specific effect. So you can do some blending and to help convey that mood. And charcoal is just a great material to use for fast-paced gesture drawing. So if I'm looking at this gentleman here, I'm actually going to change my color to red real quick. All right, so we have this athlete here, and what I'm doing, you are not going to draw on your picture. I mean, if you print it out and you wanted to, I'm looking at these lines that represent his motion, his movement. His arm comes down and then up, arm comes over and down. And one way to do this is just to start with your basic stick figure. Not every stick figure has to look like this. Right? Those lines can change. They don't always have to be the same. So maybe here I have them arms up, like they're about to give someone a hug or something like that. So depending on how you change and position those shapes and angles of the line will convey the actual pose and motion of that figure. So here I am going to draw his head. His head's somewhere on the top right. I'm keeping it nice and loose. Actually, I'm going to switch to black since this is what yours will look like. But I'm going to draw his head here. I have his body coming down, his leg is going over, his knee bends here, and then I have his foot. Sorry, the power just went out. That will probably happen a lot over the course of this class because my lights are on a timer. But I am mimicking all the lines and angles and shapes that were on this original photo onto here as kind of the beginning of how to do a very quick loose gesture drawing of the figure. Now, I don't want you guys just to send me the stick figure. Please don't do that. This is just one way to start. Then from here, I'm going to use red just to show you the difference. From here, I can start adding more form, more three-dimensionality to my gesture drawing, so I can draw more of a torso by using basic shapes. I can use an oval for the arm. I can try to draw his fingers here. Here's his other arm. His hand. I like to see you guys drawing more of the shapes around the stick figure if possible. You can even draw this line here that represents where the figure is looking. So there's a quick demonstration for that. And I'm going to clear this up in this drawing right here. But before I do that, I just want to demonstrate something. I'm going to draw a couple ovals to represent how to draw the lines of symmetry. I call it the T-map on the face. So this line would represent the middle of someone's face, and this would represent where they're looking. So they're looking straight at you in that pose. Here, they're still looking forward, but now they're looking up. Here, they're looking down. Here, they're looking to the side and up. You can see like where the eyes would go, the nose, and the mouth. So that frame, that's basically why I drew this over here, this grid, to show him looking kind of off to the side and down a little bit. So I'm going to erase this, and to make this more clear, your gesture drawing will look something like this. So if you were finishing your gesture drawing for one of your poses for phase 1, your final might look something like this. Now feel free to use the stick figure at first, but once you fully understand the shapes and positions and angles, and this is not perfect by any means, I'm doing this on my computer. But you want to make sure that everything is going in the proper angle and position, everything's in proportion. And I can even fine-tune this a bit. If I actually had charcoal, I can start darkening some of these. I can even start thinning this up since some of my lines got way too thick. You can see some of the lines here on the leg getting more detailed. You got the leg back here. I can even start changing some of the angles and things. I can even add the shorts that he's wearing, the division of the edge of the shorts here. If I wanted to, I could even kind of shade that in. Here's his leg. So you just want to make sure that you're using these basic shapes to figure out the proportion. This is not my best drawing, I think, because of the thickness of the charcoal on my computer. I'm going to try to do this one more time and just make this a little bit smaller. Try that again. Actually, I'm going to zoom this in a bit. So I got him looking off to the right. Here's his neck. Here's his torso. There we go. This is much, much, much better. My charcoal was way too thick before for the settings on my computer. And so even me, myself, I make mistakes. Making mistakes is part of the process. It's how we learn. It's how we make revisions. It's how we grow. So this would be a proper, quick, loose gesture drawing for someone to send to me for one of their poses. You know, if you want to refine stuff a little bit, you can. But that would obviously show that figure in motion. This video is already about 9 minutes long, so I want to wrap this up. but please be aiming for something like this for your gesture drawings. Remember, you need 5. You're doing this for all 5, and each one needs to be a different pose, a different action. You shouldn't be sending me 5 of the same. I shouldn't see 5 of the same running man that I drew here. I should see 5 different ones, just like in this earlier image here. So you should be sending me 5 different ones. And also making some parts darker than others, showing some of the shadows can help too. Can help divide up the sections of the of your drawing. So as far as what not to do, please don't just do this. Please do not just, oops. Please don't just send me, you know, oh, he told me to draw a stick figure. He said that then I take my stick figure and I just draw shapes. Please don't do this. This in no way is an honest effort or reflection. Neither one of these represent the actual photo of the athlete running on the track there. Also, when you're doing this, you also want to be thinking about the proportions, the size and relationship of everything. So I wouldn't want to draw the head really big and have him running like this, right? Everything else seems okay, but the head is way too big. You want to be constantly relating everything to each other. I also wouldn't want to draw him, my person over here, like this. I want to make sure the entire body can fit in the photo just like the original, or on your paper just like the original. So basically be paying attention to space, be paying attention to the proportions, the relationships of the different parts of the figure as you're doing your gesture drawing. And you don't need to worry about any kind of a background or anything like that. Sorry, one second. You don't need to worry about drawing the background on the track or like anything else in your photo. I just need the gesture drawing of the person, of the figure. All right, so that's it for the demonstration for lesson 1. Please make sure you are sending me your 5 gesture drawings of your 5 different poses using your charcoal that was given in your art bag at the end of the lesson. All right, I look forward to seeing how you guys started, so you guys can practice your gesture drawings. And please make sure that you are not being too hard on yourselves. It's supposed to be kind of loose like this. No, loose is not sloppy, loose is not messy, loose is just, it's okay to have some extra scratchy lines around the shapes, but just kind of let yourself go. Just be free drawing these shapes and these angles while creating the movement of your figure. All right, I'll end the video now, and I will see you guys next lesson. Just please make sure you submit your work under the lesson 2 photo discussion or progress. All right, bye everyone.